Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom and we talk about them in a positive way. And if that's something that appeals to you, you've come to the right place. Now, today's Tuesday and on Tuesday we talk about horror stuff. So today's topic is Halloween Ends. Once again. Now, why are we talking about Halloween Ends yet again? The simple answer is that I keep hearing things that people are saying, talking about this movie, and it presents some pretty interesting debates. So here's the thing. A lot of people are still talking about the Laurie Strode situation as though Laurie Strode will kill Michael Myers, using the interview at the Oscars that Jamie Lee Curtis did as their inspiration for this new thought process. However, everybody that does this has been telling you just how this may be what happens, but it may also not mean anything. I'm going to tell you what, it means something. But does it mean what we think? So let me explain. The official quote from Jamie Lee Curtis pretty much says that what is death in Halloween when asked if Michael Myers will meet his end. In other words, she's saying, yes, Michael Myers dies. You can take that as a fact. She says that she's not spoiling it when she tells you that it does end. So, that being said, now what next? Well, I think we're looking at the movie a little bit wrong. So let me present you with a theory. A theory that's been going around out there a little bit, but we're going to tell you why this theory is actually a little bit more important than you thought. And how it doesn't matter which theories in this movie prove to be true or not. One theory is probably more true than we could ever know. And that is that Laurie Strode will die in this movie. Now, Jamie Lee Curtis has been open in the past about wanting to kill Michael Myers. It was her whole reason for returning in Halloween H2O that she got to kill Michael Myers. Well, when she found out that this is not going to happen, that the contract clearly states that Michael Myers under no circumstances can ever be killed in the movies, she says, can I think he's dead? To which they said, yes, you can think he's dead. So she said, fine. Then she returns in Halloween Resurrection, which was not well received. And the only reason she returned in Halloween Resurrection was she said, okay, if he can't die, then I have to die. So she came back in Halloween Resurrection just to have Laurie Strode killed off. Now, since the movie wasn't well received, and a lot of people really didn't like that movie, it was kind of a whimper. And Jamie Lee Curtis is a classy Hollywood actress. Very talented and very eager to please her fans in regards to her Halloween fans. She's come back multiple times, and you have to give credit where credit's due. Now, would she really want to go out with a whimper when she can go out with a bang? So maybe this trilogy has not been about killing Michael Myers, but about killing Laurie Strode. Now, granted, Michael Myers will die. But money talks. And if the movie does even half as good as Halloween's original movie did when they did their little reboot, then you can guarantee that if it does as good as that, or as good as Halloween Kills, because say what you want about Halloween Kills, it had the box office, and a lot of fans truly did enjoy that movie, myself included. If it does that well, and the need is there to bring Michael Myers back, they're going to bring him back. The question is, do they reboot the entire series all over again, having to fall into the trap of recasting Laurie Strode, some new actress having to step into the shoes of the iconic Jamie Lee Curtis? This isn't very likely. This isn't something that any actress should be wanting to do. Yes, I know we saw it done in the Rob Zombie version, but to be fair, that wasn't exactly the same version that we're used to. If you were doing something that was really set and really meant to be more than a tribute, but an actual remake to the original, then any actress jumping into that role is going to be terrified, and rightly so. It also doesn't make for good writing to completely reboot an entire franchise and write it exactly the same as it was. And for this, I refer you to the Psycho remake, which in itself was a frame-by-frame reimagining of the original Psycho movie with only a couple minor little things added. And no one wants that either. So of course, if they do this, they're going to have to go forward, not backwards. Having the whole thing be a dream and Laurie Strode waking up either in a mental institution or back in during the time period of the very original movie, waking up in the hospital right after Michael Myers' body disappeared, at least those two things would bring us forward instead of backwards. In any case, the movie does take one lazy approach. They completely demolished all the other movies. And yes, those movies got out of hand, but when you're dealing with that, you also have to realize that a lot of fans enjoy those movies. So no matter what they do, they can't just take and go forward with a completely new setting, with a completely new Laurie Strode. So of course, Jamie Lee Curtis has got to die. And if the money works, Michael Myers can come back. And he won't have the bindings of having the Strode family hanging over his knife. No. He can go and do whatever he wants. And that's a little more scary when you think about it. The concept that we don't have a Strode family in the franchise anymore presents a very first for the Halloween franchise. Something that could be fresh and exciting again. A new opportunity for new final girls and new final boys to face off against the boogeyman himself. But all this doesn't happen if Jamie Lee Curtis kills Michael Myers. And it's definitive. So how is Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie Strode going to kill Michael Myers if he has to die in this movie? Well, there is the radio tower theory that the radio tower is going to play this massive part in everything that goes on. A lot of people are questioning whether this radio tower is going to be somehow controlling Michael Myers. You know, we've talked about that. That is a possibility. But what if it plays a part in another way? What if the part it plays is in the final battle? And in one last effort to kill Michael Myers off, because he's killed her entire family. Everyone else is gone. It's the final showdown. Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers. And she makes him fall from the radio tower. But he pulls her down with him. Down they go. The police come. They look at Laurie Strode's mangled body. Except Michael Myers isn't there. Now, that presents something that, yes, fans could be mad about. Laurie Strode dying, Michael Myers not definitively dying, Laurie Strode not being able to do the job in killing Michael Myers herself. But what's good for business when the movie makes money? What is better? I think, in true Michael Myers fashion, we're going to get the ultimate homage to the original, in that when the crime is investigated and the bodies are found, there will be no Michael Myers at all. Once again, the boogeyman would have slipped into the darkness, allowing a sequel if the movie does good. And if it don't, well, then the terrifying part of it all, fans, is that you know as well as I do that he's out there somewhere watching. That slightly uneasy feeling that the boogeyman is still alive. So, make sure that you hit that like button and make sure you're sharing this video with all of your friends so they get the same great content you're getting. Also, leave a comment in the comment box because we like to hear from you, and YouTube seems to really like that too, so it's a win-win situation. Also, don't forget to subscribe because Miko says we need more subscribers, and I think he's right. And friends, at the end of the day, the world can be a dangerous place. Don't forget, fandom is family.